Hi, I'm Ashita, your fitness coach. Now, did you have a good workout today? If you did, then let's also try and get you a good cool down session. Now, that's because a cool down session is just as important as the workout itself. It has the ability to not only reduce your heart rate gradually, which has been increased during workout, but then in time, it also has the power to get you a flexibility increase for your body. And that's because when static stretches are done in time, they're most effective when your body is warm and your muscles are warm. And that's when you keep doing static stretches in time that your flexibility really goes up. Now, once your flexibility is raised and elevated, it also has the ability to prevent injuries. So needless to say that, cool down stretches are really powerful tools. Doesn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes and bang on, you're in. So what we bring to you today is a cool down series. Now these stretches can be done post any kind of an exercise once it is done in overweight. And whether it is a beginner or it is an intermediary or it is an advanced participant, they can all do it. The only difference lies here in terms of the amount of time that you need to hold the stretch. It could vary for a 10 seconds each stretch for a beginner, to a 15 to 20 seconds for an intermediary, and about 30 seconds for an advanced participant. And since these are all going to be done lying down, so even if there is a visible spot that you're under an injury, you could still go about getting the benefit from these flexibility workout or cool down session. So let's begin.
That's the starting position. Stretch out yourself completely, toes pointing out in a lying down position. Arms go all the way up and you stretch from the top to the toe. Now with that, lift your right knee up, bring it close to your chest, press it down there, and continue with deep breathing. Deep breathing is going to be very important and key through the whole session, and that really helps you stretch longer and better and more effectively.
And from here, hold the shin, raise your leg, your right leg straight up. The left knee is totally straight and also bent, the lower portion of the knee digging deep into the ground. You should feel a stretch somewhere here in your hamstring. If this position becomes tough for you to maintain, bend the knee, which is the left knee, and keep that a little bent, and that enables you to take your right knee a little further into the stretch.
Now bend that knee. Rest the foot on the opposite knee. Get both your knees down. Your right knee is down and so is your left hip. Now this is really a inner thigh and a hip flexor stretch again. Use your right hand to keep it down. The left hand goes all the way up.
From here, you need to get your arm down from the top. Take the knee to the opposite direction. Make it touch the ground. As you make it touch the ground, get your one arm right behind you and start looking back. That gets your back a stretch along with your obliques a stretch. Hold this position.
And then get both your knees back. As you get both your knees back, lift both your legs. In this position, one arm from inside the leg, one from the outside, and give your right glute a stretch. Rest your head down. Deep breathing continues, because with each deep breath, you will find yourself amazingly more flexible on your right glute and be able to take it closer to your chest. So if you're an advanced participant, you may also take one arm out, hold it from the outside, and get your leg really close to your chest.
Release your right knee. Get the right knee, leg straightened out. The left knee is straight into the chest. Deep breathing continues, and that's what's going to help you stretch more and get more flexible. Left hip flexor stretch, and from here you go on to hold the shin.
Lift the knee, take it straight up and work towards a hamstring stretch. The other knee is totally straight too, but then if you think you want to flex and bend the knee, you could, but then with each deep breath, try and take your knee closer to your hip. That's a more advanced version, but you could always keep it still so long as your knee is straight and you get a hamstring stretch. Now bend that knee, rest the foot on the opposite knee, get the knee to touch the floor, the hip also stays down, use one arm to keep the knee down, the other arm can go all the way up and stretched out. Work the inner thigh and the hip flexors again. And now from here, get your arm down from the top. Take the knee to the opposite direction. Make it touch the ground. One arm goes back and you look back. This time around, you're working your back and your obliques. Now get both your knees back, lift both the knees, one arm from inside the leg, one from the outside, and get a glute stretch, a left glute stretch this time. Deep breathing continues, and yes, if you want to give it a full throttle stretch, try and keep the arm out and get it close to your chest. And with this, release both the legs. Now hold one knee, raise yourself holding that one knee. This prevents injuries and you raise yourself correctly. Now from here, turn around and sit on your glutes. Once you're sitting at your glutes, thereafter, let's work towards a shoulder stretch. Get your arms right behind you, interlock your fingers amongst each other, get your shoulders to be pulled out, back straight, chest up, and look up.
Hold this position, deep breathing continues.
Now release. There is another workout which is feasible, this is also another version of a shoulder stretch. Release, repeat with the left arm. Release, and then work towards a bicep stretch. Palms facing down, pull them in with the other arm, and that gets your bicep stretch.
Release, repeat it with the other arm.
Let's head on from here to the triceps. Bend one arm, hold the elbow, bring the palm towards the center of your shoulder blades.
Repeat that with the opposite arm.
Release. From here, get your arms down, and we go back and lie down. onto your mats. Lower down yourself slowly. Raise your palm and your chest and your chin. When you do that, you really work on stretching your back. Important it is because this time you're not really hyperextending your back, but you're nonetheless taking that back stretch.
From here, get your hands right behind, hold your feet, heels to the hips, rest your head, and get yourself a quadricep stretch. Deep breathing continues, and if you try and listen intently, you'll be able to hear your heartbeat in your stomach.
Release. Put your palms to the side. Raise yourself up. And for the last stretch, go back into the child's pose. Extend your arms and get your hips touch your heels and relax. Deep breathing continues. That's all. You're done with a great stretch session.